Well, just like Chris Soriani said, I'm David Barragan. I'm the owner and founder of the House of Boxing Training Center. It's a local boxing gym in the community of Paradise Hills. So, pretty excited about that. I mean, we've done some really pretty cool stuff there. I mean, we like to call ourselves an old-fashioned boxing gym. Nothing real fancy, but we do offer programs for kids, for teenagers, for adults. So we've done some really cool stuff. We've partnered up with local organizations. We've been able to partner up with local organizations to put on free youth boxing clinics at our gym as well. We go to local elementary schools, teach them living an active lifestyle and also eating better foods. But not only do we do that, but I mean, we have classes for kids, like I mentioned, for teenagers, for adults, but we also have professional athletes that come to our gym as well. We have some professional boxers. We just had a professional boxer fight last night named Antonio Orozco, just won first round knockout. So he's doing some really cool stuff. We had Canelo Alvarez, which is a huge superstar, which made our business kind of boom and made it international. So we've been able to do some really cool stuff. But before I start trying to tell you what the House of Boxing is all about, what I want to do is I want to take you back to where it all started. It all started in 1990 in my backyard. My father and grandfather, they felt for the community in Paradise Hills in National City. So they started a backyard boxing gym to provide something for the youth. I was born in 1990, so I basically grew up around a boxing gym my whole life. That was pretty much my playground. When I went out to play, I just hit a bag or, mess around with my brother. My brother was 3 years older than me, so he kind of toughened me up. But I basically grew up around the boxing gym. By the age of 7 years old, I decided, my father asked me one day, hey, do you want to box amateur? So he seen me messing around with some of the bags, messing around with my brother, and I was working out, and he said, man, you look pretty good. How about you start boxing? So I decided to start boxing at the early age of 7 years old. Like I said, my father started a backyard boxing gym. They're actually here today, my father and my mother. They're right here next to me. So look at that real quick. There we go. So, like I've mentioned, I decided to box at an early age. Then my father started the youth program. He was doing some stuff there in the community of National City. By the early age of 13, I won my first national silver glove tournament as well. And when I was 15, I was ranked number 2 in the country as an amateur at 15 years old. I got a silver medal in a junior Olympic tournament. With that silver medal, it allowed me to go to different Olympic training camps as far as Michigan at the Olympic Training Center up there, Colorado Springs. I was able to go to the Olympic Training Center up there, get some good quality work where I got me some experience and hopefully where I can go to the Olympics, because that was my goal when I was younger, to go to the Olympics, to become a professional boxer and hopefully become a world champion. So I was working towards that since the early age of 8 years old. Like I've mentioned, I got a silver medal in the Junior Olympics. The following year, I was supposed to head back to this Junior Olympic tournament, and I probably was the strongest, and I felt the most confident during that time. Now, in the regional tournament, I dominated the regional tournament. I was supposed to head back. A lot of people had me winning this national tournament, but that's where my whole story, my whole life kind of turned around. During one of my training days with my father and another fighter, we were out running in a hill up in National City, and running up the hill, whatnot. We get done. After we get done, we hop in our car. We're going to head back to the gym to wrap up practice and to go home, just like any other day. While we hop in my car, my father's car actually, we head over to the gym. But while we're going up the hill that we're running up and down, we're driving up the street. Next thing you know, I noticed a car kind of coming real fast. He kind of went airborne over the little hill, the hillside up on top. And I noticed it, and I said, hey, Pops, look at that car. Next thing you know, it was about to hit away from us, but all of a sudden it corrected itself, and it went straight onto us. And my father broke his left leg in 3 parts, shattered his right foot. I actually broke my collarbone. I was very close to being paralyzed. I fractured 3 of my vertebrae in my spine. And like I said, it totally turned my life around. I was ranked number 2 in the country, like I just mentioned. I felt the best shape of my life. I was, I was doing the best. I felt like I was supposed to win, and felt like I was fulfilling my dream in becoming an Olympic hopeful. But this was thrown our way. Sometimes in life, things get thrown our way. We just have to overcome it. And by God's grace, I was able to stay not paralyzed. I was able to heal by myself. It took a longer healing time, which meant I was going to be out of the gym for 6 months in order for me to heal back up. And it was a long journey to get back to where I was. I was still able to compete amateur after a year. I was still able to compete amateur. I still got back to fighting at the national level. I went to the national 2 times after that. I was still able to turn professional. I was 8-0 with 3 knockouts as a professional boxer. And with that accident, sometimes in life we have obstacles or certain situations that come our way. But with that accident, I was able to open up a boxing gym. And we, like I just mentioned before, we're the House of Boxing Training Center. It's a family-run business. Like I mentioned, we're an old-fashioned boxing gym. It's ran by my father, myself, my mother's there, my grandfather's there. And I'm truly blessed to have great parents that support me in everything I do. And that, with our faith, it really has helped us overcome certain obstacles. And with that accident, it reminds me of a story, okay? It reminds me of a story of the John L. Sullivan. He was the heavyweight world champion at the time in the early 1900s. And this is back when they used to go 28 rounds. And in boxing, there's championship boxers, the champion who's supposed to win, and there's an opponent. If you guys ever watch boxing, there's supposed to be a champion and there's supposed to be a loser, a winner or a loser. Well, this guy was a loser. He wasn't supposed to win, okay? So he fought, he went up in the first round. Like I said, the odds were stacked up against him. He went up for the fight. When the first round, he goes out and fights John L. Sullivan. And the first uppercut that hits him, he can feel it from the bottom of his feet to the top of his head. That first uppercut that hit him. He goes back to the corner. The coach asks him, how do you feel? How do you feel? Man, like this guy hit me with a punch that literally I can feel through my whole body. So he's like, well, do you want me to, the coach asked him, do you want me to stop the fight? He says, no, let me just go one more round. Let me see what I can do just for one more round. The second round, he goes out there. He's fighting, gets hit with another uppercut. This time, it knocks him off the ground and on his back. Luckily, he got up, and the bell saved him. Head back to the corner. The coach is like, son, do you want me to stop this fight? You just got knocked out. He's going to hurt you more. I don't want you to get hurt more. He said, let me just go one more round. So he goes out to the next round. He gets cut in both eyes. Eyes are bruised up now, got cuts, bloods are coming. He can barely see. The round's over. He heads back to the corner. The coach tells him, son, let me just stop this fight. You got cuts on your eyes now. I don't want you to get hurt. And guess what he says? Let me just go one more round. So the next round, he goes out there, and he's fighting. This time he gets dropped 3 times in one round. Gets dropped 3 times in round. Goes back to the corner, and what do you think he said? One more round. And the 20th round, he felt his eyes bleeding. He couldn't see, but he said one more round. His legs were weak. He felt tired, but he said one more round. Okay, in the 25th round, okay, the coach asked him, do you want to quit, son? You're getting hurt. Your eyes are cut. You've been knocked down. You're tired. Your legs are weak. Let's just stop the fight here. He said, no, let me just go one more round. In the 28th round, the last round, he knocks out John L. Sullivan and becomes the heavyweight champion of the world. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a John L. Sullivan in this room, out there, and it's called doubt. It's called fear. It's called haters. For those of you that have friends that don't want you to do successful things, that kind of push down your dreams, all you got to say, there's times where, with my incident, I got hit by the drunk driver. I just told myself during those lonely times when I was in bed, all my friends were out enjoying school, while I was in my bed all alone with my back, I couldn't do nothing. I just told myself, one more round. If I could just go one more round and keep striving for whatever goal that I have, I knew that I can overcome anything. As long as I had that one more round state of mind, that whatever problems, whatever issues come my way, that I was just going to go one more round. And I've been truly blessed with, like I mentioned before, with parents that instilled in me great values and overcoming, and they stuck with me through the whole time. And I've been blessed. And I like to say that, we have a pretty successful business that has done some great things in the community of Paradise Hills that really didn't have much, I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with the area, but I mean, that block there that we're at, I mean, a lot of people are telling us, why are you going to open there? Why are you going to open there? You're not going to make money. You're not going to survive. You're not going to pay the bills. But you know what? We did it. We followed God's calling on our life. We said, you know what? This is going to be the spot. And we've been able to do something cool in Paradise Hills, in the community. And like I mentioned before, just have that one more round state of mind, overcome anything, any obstacle, any bump that comes along the way, just overcome it. Just remind yourself, if I can just go one more round, and I'm positive you guys, trust me, you guys will overcome it, and you guys will become world champions in your life. All right, guys. Thank you guys so much.